everything else becomes secondary. Marriage comes first.
Yes.
And I think we say that and we think, oh, I get that. My marriage comes first. My spouse comes first. But then we don't put them first. We put the job first, and we put the children first, and we put a business idea first, a hobby, the education first. It's good when you're single to accomplish all the things that you think you want to accomplish, kind of get out of your system, because when you do get married, everything else does have to shut down. I want to say Bible culture or in that Jewish culture of the time, what they would do is they would get married and then they would take a year off and just be and get to know each other in that year. I saw that, I'm like, I wish we could do that now, but a lot of times it's financially, we can't afford to take a year off and just spend it with our spouse, or we think we would drive each other crazy. But it takes a whole lot of time, all of your time in pursuit of your marriage to make the thing work. So this is very good if you're newlywed or about to get married. It's a very good idea to take everything that you're doing and if both of y'all get together, communicate, and consider putting everything else on the back burner. If you're pursuing a degree, if you're in the middle of starting a business. I remember when we were first got engaged, remember that invention that I was working on? I had to put that on the back burner because I just had to focus on that wedding. Some of it was just stress, but I realized there's a principle there that she required all my attention. I started a business maybe a year or two after we got married that had to stop because it was drawing me away from you. It was about to lead me down a terrible path. And it was a good thing, I thought, because it was going to bring financial prosperity to the family and all that. But you've got to be able to trust God that whatever it is that you're pursuing, your business, your ideas, that there's going to be a grace available to you to take care of the household, take care of the family while you pursue the marriage, because he commanded you to put it first. He said the definition of marriage in the book of Genesis is a man leaves his father and mother and cleave unto his wife. So men, I'll talk to you for a second. That cleaving is to cling, to pursue, to chase. That is something that takes all of your time. She has to be on your mind 24/7. And that spark that sometimes leaves in a relationship, that sexual spark, the romantic spark, it dies when you don't do the cleaving. When you don't do marriage, which is cleaving, and both parties cleaving, the spark dies. It's a small fire when you first get married. It may feel big because, honeymoon stage, whatever they call it. We didn't have one, but I hear there's a honeymoon stage. But
I'm kind of glad we had a honeymoon stage.
Yeah, I think it preserved us.
Yeah, it really did. It made us appreciate
and give
where we are now.
The stories we went through. But this small flame has to be tended to. When it's very cold outside, and it's like a winter snowstorm, and you're out there by yourself, and all you got is a little fire, you got to tend to that thing. It's tiny, you got little kindling, and you got to blow it softly, not too hard because you want to put it out, and you got to give it the right kindling to get it, right? You stoke it, and you just feeding it, giving all your attention because it is your lifeline. If that fire goes out, you're in darkness and you're probably going to die from frostbite. But you got to tend to that thing and hope that it turns into a big roaring flame. That's your marriage. That flame will die if you do not take care of it, because it is in a very inhospitable environment. This fallen world. This world is not built for marriage.
It's not.
Every single day, the devil is trying to steal, kill, and destroy your marriage. He is after it. So your marriage is in a inhospitable. The odds are stacked against you the moment you get married. The moment you walk out of that chapel or wherever it is you got married, you said I do, that office where you got your certificate, all the odds are stacked against you. The only way that you're going to survive, the only way that you're not going to be one of the 50-50, maybe we'll make it, maybe we won't, seesaw back and forth, the only way is with Jesus. But you can't just say with Jesus and then think, okay, well, that's cool, I'm saved, that's good. Because we always also say, put God first. That's how you make your marriage relationship work. What does that even mean? What does it mean to put God first? Well, to put God first in your marriage means you put his word first in your marriage, because he said his word above his name. And what does his word say? Cleave, pursue. You've got to get in that word and understand it. The Apostle Paul recommended to the church that he was writing to not to get married because he understood how much time and effort it took to be married. He said, I wish all y'all could be like me and just be celibate and not get married so that y'all could give all your attention to Jesus. But he said, but when you're married, you're not free anymore. When you're married, you owe something to that spouse. You owe them your time and your attention. And y'all can't even freely just preach the gospel as much as I would like y'all to. But I understand y'all need to get married. Marriage takes time and effort.
And it takes study. It takes study. It's not even enough for you all to watch our videos and say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Let me try that. No, you need to do like we did and study. We're giving you principles and tools that we use to help save our marriage, but you got to go in with the same conviction, the same, resolve that my marriage is going to work because I'm going to study my marriage. I'm going to find out every single thing. I'm going to understand what it means to cleave. You hear us say the word cleave, but you may say, well, what does that really mean? Go into the word, get the dictionaries, get everything you can on cleaving and understand what that is and put it into practice. It's not a one-time shot. Well, I tried it one time and she didn't accept my, affection of love. She didn't accept that. So, she don't want, no, you can't do that. Let me tell you, being totally transparent, I was stubborn in the beginning. I had my own set of fears and phobias and this mess. I was just bottled up. And he was doing things to try to get my attention, and he was trying to love on me. And yeah, I knew there were some times where I was literally just being like, I'm not gonna put any effort in trying to reciprocate what he's doing. And yeah, that sounds terrible. I know y'all can't imagine that. Me doing that, no. But I'm weird, I had my issues, guys. But he was doing things and I wasn't being receptive. And I could see that it was bothering him, but whatever that was wrong with me at that time, I don't know. I just didn't care. I was in my own little world. But the one thing I give to his credit is that, and it wasn't easy for you. I know it wasn't. But he kept pursuing. He kept pursuing. He kept pursuing until he broke through my walls. Until he broke through. And then the Lord began to deal with me. Okay? And that's the thing you understand. You're pursuing your spouse is not just for your benefit, but for their benefit, because you're allowing God to work on them. And it takes time, depending on how many layers of insecurity and fear that they're dealing with. It takes time. And if you're going to be in this, you got to be willing to be in it. And there were things on my end that I had to keep pursuing as it pertained to you until you let down your walls. I couldn't just give up on him because he wasn't, receiving what I was giving him, or he didn't notice something that I spent all day to do. I could not give up and say, well, bump you, you're not worth it, all this kind of stuff. And I had to keep on believing God, keep saying my confessions, and listen to the Holy Spirit as to what to say and when to say. This is very, very important, because women, we got a lot of things to say. When we're not satisfied, we want to say everything that's on our mind. We want to tell him what he's doing wrong. And I had to learn that I could not correct him. I could not fix this man. And so many times people be doing things and I just be like, oh, that's getting on my nerves so bad. But I had to learn how not to express that and allow God to deal with him, and God would deal with him. And he would come to me and say, the Lord dealt with me about this. And sometimes he would apologize to me and say, forgive me for not doing this unto you, because God would deal with him. Listen, if you are a praying woman or a praying man and you believe in God for your spouse to get online, you believe in God for your marriage to come together, God would deal with that spouse. Let God deal with them, because he knows how to do it better than you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Did you know that we have channel memberships? Channel memberships are a great way for subscribers like you to support what we do with monthly payments that give you access to awesome perks. For example, if you sign up for Tier 1 Vision Bearer, you'll get a cool badge next to your name whenever you leave a comment beneath our videos. You also get access to custom emojis we made just for you, so people can know that you're one of our channel members. If you sign up for Tier 2 Vision Bearer Plus, you'll get a 20% discount on all of our merch, kind of like this hoodie that I'm wearing here and other things that you can find on our merch site, access to exclusive behind the scenes mini vlogs, and a members only chat with us right here on YouTube. The best part is, no matter which tier you choose, you'll get lifetime access to our premium content, like our 6-week course, Overcome the Spirit of Depression, or our long-form cinematic podcast, Death to Pornography. Only our channel members have unlimited access to these special productions. And to say thank you, we'll always give you shout outs by name in our live streams. Consider becoming a channel member today. Click the join button below for more information. Or if you're an iPhone user, click the link in our description. Thank you in advance, and we'll see you next time.